In AEW, winter is coming, so I guess that means for TNA, summer is coming, because Tessa Blanchard has officially returned to the company, and she's bringing a lot of heat with her. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Tessa Blanchard, yes, a name that we haven't really seen a lot over the last couple of years in the wrestling business. Someone that was a world champion, someone that was making headlines, and by headlines I mean very small headlines, because she wrestled in TNA and they are just not headline makers. But regardless, for a small period of time she was booked as one of the top draws in TNA, defeated Sami Callihan for the TNA World Championship. She also, I believe, defeated Moose. How can a woman Tessa Blanchard size beat a guy like Moose? I'm not too sure. And that's not to say Tessa Blanchard is small or anything like that, but compared to Moose, she is a dwarf. But regardless, she's back in TNA, despite the controversy, despite the heat, despite being so unpopular backstage. I guess this means that TNA really wanted her, and that WWE and AEW have nothing for her. So, during the 2024 TNA Final Resolution event, Tessa Blanchard made her official return to the company. If you haven't seen it, I'll explain to you what happened. Basically, Jordynne Grace was taking on Rosemary. Not too sure if the belt was on the line. Don't really care enough to watch TNA. But I did see the clip, so yeah. Jordynne Grace defeats Rosemary. We get a masked figure coming out. Someone with like a balaclava comes out, attacks Jordynne Grace, hits her with a clothesline, then hits a DDT. She stands in the middle of the ring, takes off the jacket, takes off the balaclava, and it is none other than Tessa Blanchard. And it's been a while since she has been wrestling in TNA, and she's pretty much been inactive from wrestling, at least in the States. In America, she's not been doing an awful lot since being accused of bullying 2 years ago. But she did comment about having unfinished business in wrestling not so long ago, and there was speculation believing that a return to TNA was imminent, because if she was going to return to wrestling in America, it was unlikely to be in one of the top two companies, just due to the heat that she's got. Now, why does she have this heat? What did she do? She did get accused of bullying, like I said, a few years ago. Apparently, she's not the nicest of women, especially to other women. And it all came via a tweet that she posted on Twitter, saying how women should support each other, women should try being nicer to each other, and good things can happen. And then it just sort of started like an avalanche. Her putting that tweet out meant one woman replied to her, another woman replied to her. Before you knew it, there was like 10, 15 women, mainly from the indie scene, all talking on her post, all replying on her post, calling her out for bullshit, saying how that's ironic and that she's a hypocrite because she's a bully, she never helped anyone else out. Then we had another wrestler that posted a screenshot of her supposedly calling a fan the N-word, so she got tagged with the whole racist thing. And somebody who's hard to deal with backstage, somebody who doesn't get along with a lot of the women backstage, and someone who's been labelled a racist, you know, they're not really going to be getting that many offers in the wrestling business, especially in the year 2024. I don't know, maybe in the 80s, maybe that kind of thing could get you over, maybe that kind of thing could get you in the door, but it's 2024, and those negatives are not, they're just another issue, they're another problem that companies and bookers and owners, they just don't want to deal with. I'm sure that AEW, WWE, NXT, whatever, they've all got enough problems and stuff to deal with right now. You know, I highly doubt they want to take a chance on bringing someone in who could create a toxic atmosphere or just make, the locker room morale even worse. So they're not going to take that chance. As for TNA, I mean, they know what they're getting with Tessa Blanchard, and she appeared to not be that bad during her TNA run. All the controversy seems to have happened away from TNA before she got there. So it looks like maybe TNA, they've got no problems with her firsthand. They've not experienced any of it firsthand. And B, I mean, they're TNA. They need to take anybody and anything they can get their hands on. Tessa Blanchard, whether she's a star or not, and I certainly don't think she is, she as a former TNA World Champion. I don't think she's going to go into that mix anymore. I think that TNA are trying to get away from that. I highly doubt that we will see a woman anytime soon back in there. I think she's been signed to compete in the Knockouts division, which I think is fair. I'm not saying that I don't believe a woman should never challenge for a male belt. But to me, if you're going to do it, it kind of has to work in the indies. And even then, I'm calling TNA indies because they come across as an indie company. And even then, I would never put I'd never put the belt on a female world champion. I just wouldn't do it. For me, it's fucking dumb. I can't have Tessa Blanchard defeating somebody like Moose. But anyway, look, she's back in the company. I mean, she's pretty attractive as well, I guess. I mean, she's not she's not Shayna Baszler, that's for sure. So, yeah, Tessa Blanchard, guys, is back. Does anybody really care? Obviously, she carries the Blanchard name. That makes her, a second-generation superstar. But the Blanchard name, people associate them with Ric Flair or the Horsemen or whatnot. But, yeah, Tessa Blanchard is not like she's, the name Blanchard, it's just not that good. I don't want to be too negative here, but look, is what it is. Tessa Blanchard is back in TNA. We'll see what they do with her. Hopefully she keeps her nose clean. Look, I don't want to see anybody be kicked out of the wrestling world or any world or blacklisted unless they really deserve it. And who I don't know her personally. I can't sit here and say she deserves this, she deserves that. People are really upset about this though on Twitter and social media. They're complaining, saying it's a joke, she doesn't deserve this. And the same people that are criticising Tessa Blanchard, saying that she doesn't deserve an opportunity, a lot of those people are the same people that are telling us that Benoit should go in the Hall of Fame and all this stuff. So, I mean, if you're willing to forgive Chris Benoit, if you're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, then, I think Tessa Blanchard deserves another chance because maybe she said the M-word once or maybe she was caught bullying. I mean, screw that. All these people willing to give Benoit a free pass, but Tessa Blanchard's never supposed to work in the wrestling company again, or wrestling business again. Come on. What a joke. Anyway, she's back in TNA, guys. Total non-stop action. Doesn't mean we're going to watch it. If you want us to watch it, though, comment down below. We want you to watch TNA. Fog for TNA. If you want us to watch TNA, comment down below. Fog for TNA. And that's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Tessa Blanchard is back in the professional wrestling world. And we'll see how long it takes for some more controversy to get stirred up. Till next time, peace.